Good morning. Day 115 on the PCT. Just spent 2 days in Cascade blocks. A couple restful days. I'm back with my buddy Monk.
Good morning.
How you doing, Monk?
Oh, I'm doing well. It's great to be back on trail. Great to be back with you, brother.
Yeah, good to be back with Monk. He was in town in Portland for a week, and so we decided to continue on north together. We just officially entered Washington. All right, I think the car stopped for now. Our initial plan was we had about 300 miles where we could head north in Washington before our first fire that we had to figure something out. But we just learned this morning there's another fire roughly 80 miles in front of us. We just learned that right before taking off this morning. So we've got a little figuring out to do. But for now, continuing on north through starting our journey through Washington. So onward we go. Oh, we're about 20 miles in for the day so far. We're going to go about another 5 to 8, somewhere around there. We haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, we'll see. Onward we go. I've been walking through an absolutely beautiful forest today. All these beautiful pines and fir trees. Well, we made it to camp. It was almost 26 miles today. We're set up over here. Special thanks to John and Amy Torrey, aka Yemrot. Yemrot, I think, was like one of my very first subscribers on YouTube. Back when I posted like my first video. They sent me $100 through Venmo to help me out with my hike. So, Yemrot, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. And then we're about 13 miles in today, and we've got found out some more bad news. There's a fire. We had planned this as like an 82-mile section to get us to Trout Lake. But we found out we can only do about 73 miles because there's a new fire. As of yesterday, that fire was at like 20 acres, and overnight it grew to 1,000-acre fire. And so yeah, so we have to get off trail, and it's about 50 more miles. Where Trout Lake, they run some different shuttles to come pick up hikers to bring them into Trout Lake grocery area where you can camp and get a shower and stuff. So we're on plan to get picked up by them in 2 days. So but yeah, that's seems like things change daily with these fires out here, and so that's the newest development for us. But yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Good morning, Monk.
Morning, brother.
Good morning, day 116 on the PCT. Yeah, that's what trail we're on. I almost said AT. Yeah, it's a little after 7. Monk got me up early today. We started at like 5:45. But we got like 30 miles planned for today. Roughly 6,000 feet of elevation gain to set us up to get to our shuttle tomorrow. Yeah, where it's a little damp and cool out, walking through this beautiful forest. Yeah. How you doing, Monk?
Doing pretty well. Yeah. Another day on the trail.
Yeah. All right, onward we go. Oh, we just started a 10-mile, 3,600 feet of elevation climb. Huffing and puffing already. Woo. One of my boxes that my wife sent had my little hip belt that I made. So glad to have that back. So thanks, babe, for sending that. Really appreciate it. Along with all the food that you sent. And also in town I had bought a pair of cheap clippers, so I was able to trim up the beard a little, get a little haircut. Monk did the same. He freshened up his haircut. So yeah, we got a climb ahead of us. We're, I think, almost 11 miles in for the day. By the time we get to this climb, we'll be a little over 20 miles in for the day. So onward we go. Oh, things have been changing quickly. We got word a little bit ago that some hikers were, they said they were evacuated from Trout Lake last night. Whether they evacuated or just had to get shuttled out of there. A lot of people were headed up to White Pass. But we're getting, it was like picked up tomorrow morning. Roughly 21 miles south of where we were originally going to get picked up. And looks like the fire closure will be updated tomorrow, likely to expand the area that's closed on the PCT. So we're still getting a shuttle into Trout Lake. Be able to pick up our food boxes tomorrow, and then hopefully be able to get shuttled north up to the White Pass area. But we'll see how it goes. If not there, then hopefully get shuttled back to Cascade Locks, where we'll jump on a train up to the White Pass area. So we'll see how it goes. Onward we go. Oh, a little bit of an update. Well, we got a trail angel to pick us up at the trailhead, brought us into Trout Lake, and now there's a lady that hosts hikers in town here. So there's like 3 of us. There's 2 bedrooms inside that we're sharing for the night. And then I think it was the owner or one of the cashiers at the Trout grocery store is headed into Hood River tomorrow. Basically, we have a decision to make. We've got 2 options: to head up to White Pass, which was going to be like our next resupply stop in Washington. Either head up there to get back on trail until we hit the next fire closure, or the other thing that we're considering is if the fire closure that we had to skip between Ashland to Shasta, that order is set to expire in a couple days. If that section reopens, we may wind up going back there to fill in that. It's all up in the air at this point, but basically the central hub for us will be Hood River. From Hood River, we would have to take a bus. Hood River is by Cascade Locks, which is where we hiked out of. Basically, Hood River, we would have to take a bus into Portland, and then from Portland, take a train either down to Ashland, Oregon to get back on trail, or to take it up to the White Pass area. So either way, we're headed to Hood River tomorrow, and then we'll figure things out. We'll see how this all pans out. Onward we go.
Unfortunately, today's...
It's the first one that's starting in town, though, right?
It was obviously the first one we've seen, and it just wrecked a beautiful portion of our mountain. And I was never, there's Mount Hood, if you can see it.
Oh, good morning, day 118 on the PCT. Right now I'm at a coffee house. So we took the bus into Portland yesterday, and Monk's got some friends here, Ryan and Katie, who also hiked the Appalachian Trail. So Ryan came and picked us up at the bus stop yesterday, took us to REI. I needed a new pair of shoes because our plans have changed. So we're in Portland now. Behind me over here is a Enterprise car rental place. So we're waiting for them to open at 8 o'clock, which is another half hour. We're gonna rent a car and we're driving to Medford, Oregon. So we're going back to Oregon. And then from there, we'll catch a bus to take us to Ashland, Oregon, where we'll spend a night at a motel tonight. And then get an Uber tomorrow morning to take us back to Callahan's, where we both have food boxes. And then we're going to get on trail in the Ashland area and then hike south. For the first time, we're hiking south from Ashland, Oregon to Mount Shasta, where the trail has reopened. So we've got a 216-mile section that we both had to skip due to a fire closure in Northern California and Southern Oregon. And so we're gonna do that section. So that's our plan for roughly like the next 9 to 10 days. So yeah, onward we go. Yeah, kind of sucks not to still be headed north in Washington, but trying to get this section done that we both had to skip, which will complete all of California. Then that'll really be great. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a good night. The Chevy Spark. We're going to White Blaze Interstate 5 with this baby. How you feel about that, Monk?
Oh, let's do it. I am so ready.
Oh, we finally made it back to Ashland, Oregon. You can see the mountains behind me. It looks kind of smoky down here. It was kind of smoky the whole way. So we'll see how this goes, but it's actually good to be back in Ashland. Mentally, I feel a lot stronger than last time I was here. Last time I was in Ashland was when I had to skip The first skip, which was 216 miles, I feel a lot better being back here this time, knowing I'll be hopefully finishing this fire closure section from like Ashland down to Shasta, California, which if we're able to complete this section without another fire popping up, we'll finally finish the state of California, which represents about 1,700 miles of the entire Pacific Crest Trail. So yeah, it's good to be here, and we'll get back on trail tomorrow. So really looking forward to that. And really big thanks to Ryan and Katie that I met through Monk's Friends, where we stayed last night. I need a new pair of shoes, so he took me to get a new pair of shoes. Went to a couple different REIs, so really grateful for that help, and just the help in general that I've received from so many different strangers along the way to get around these fires or to get in and out of these towns. It's been really great meeting all these people, and just people willing to help out others. So yeah, onward we go, back on trail tomorrow.